This is okay. Hello, thank you. It's nice to share this time with you. I will present our paper. So this is as a presentation just to make sure that there is very little uh, paper identified in urban risks in informal settlements in the previous, let's say, 10 years. So there is a real increase, as you can see in what you in the climate risk, especially the climate risks. So the structure of the paper, and we will carry on. So the the most important part of uh, this study, in our opinion, is that the increase in urban areas is higher than the increase in population in the last, let's say, 20 years. But on the other hand, the increase in slum population it almost double each 20 years. So it's a dramatic difference among these parameters. So defining what is a favela in Brazilian Portuguese is not an easy task because according to the United Nations, there should be certain issues that have to be uh, stated in the definition, but from Brazilian Institute of Geography and Statistics, the the fact that the people don't own the property, it's the only thing that has to be reached first. So first, there is no property owned, and then the other conditions. So the standard agglomeration, substandard agglomeration that we have translated this is in Portuguese is agrupamentos subnormais. It's a weird definition, but that's what they say. So they started exactly with the absence of title deeds in the houses, and at the same time, at least one of the following characteristics: irregular occupation of land, at least one of the following characteristic: urbanizations outside the current standards, so very small or crowded or in the middle of the road, so no planning, and then precariousness of essential public services, which is the most important part, such as electric lighting, water supply, sewage, etc., and occupancy restrictions when the households are located in occupied areas in disagreement with the legislation. So at this moment, we don't know precisely how many and where are these slums in Brazil. There is a standard, a big difference between what the, the, the municipalities declare in, you can see the numbers, it's really slums, real favelas are in red, and here we have 1,050 against only 728 from the IBGE, from the official institute of the government. Okay, so we would like to present what we have called a basic typology of favelas, of these slums. So we created these four types: those embedded within dense urban areas, those constructed in steep slopes, those constructed along coasts and rivers, and those which are built in urban peripheries. Of course, this is not a tight classification. It's just a proposal for go deep in further studies. Okay, and then I will have to rush. So these are pictures of this, and I have some examples in different biomes, so you have an idea. Brazil is a huge country, so we have different climate situations. So I'm going to go fast, and then we have this study. This is a pilot study or an example of this favela. It's called Alto do Cabrito. Is something like a little goat's height. Okay, so you can see an example of the urbanization with this flight, just to have you an idea. Salvador is a very old city in Brazil, was one of the original cities of the Portuguese, and it's a big city near a bay, very dense, populated, as you can see, and we are just having a flight over this favela, this slum, which is, you see different kinds of materials, different heights of edifications of the constructions, and all kind of possibilities they have, because this favela is near the sea, and also we have here at least two of the previous situations I mentioned for you. So we have density, occupation in slope, and also we have flooded areas in the same place. So, and here is this example. I think it's interesting to show exactly what we have been showing to you. So I go further. And then there was this study where you can see here that there is a combination of the green cover with the height of buildings. So we have very low height of buildings, number of buildings, they are very, 5 meters buildings are very dense, and the footprint, so we have a situation of very small buildings, and a few of them are very high. So in the next, we have the climatograph of Salvador and one of the stations. So this is the winter with the heavy rains. This is the summer. And the sky view factor gives a good idea of the nighttime heat stress. So what is dark is more shadow. So when intense bright, it means that they are very exposed, so they have more discomfort at night. Solar access in 3 times on the 15th of February. And so we go to the conclusions. There can be no uniform description of favelas, as each is constructed using different materials representing local materials, histories, topographies, and climate. And each experiences different types of hazards. So we don't think there is only these 4 types. We think that they are combined, as we have seen here. We need a better categorization scheme to gather data more effectively on these settlements for identifying the nature of hazards and mitigating risks. And this project is attempting to do this by gathering the daily data, including dimensions of buildings, the natural of construction, etc., for a sample of favelas selected to be representative based on a single typology. So thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much.